Buck and Susanna. That little news ears.
Hey you, are you 5? I am, baby. My name is Bram.
And I'm Jake, Bram's dad, but some people call me BoxerBlu. Blah! And here is the news.
Hi everybody, today is Wednesday, January 27th, 2021. Today is Holocaust Memorial Day. Yes, Holocaust is something really bad that happened a long time ago, and it had to do with Adolf Hitler and World War II and all these terrible, terrible things that happened, and this is the day we remember it. Yes, that's exactly right. You know, speaking of remembering, as you know, last week on Wednesday is when Joe Biden became president. Yes, and so it's interesting because, things change. Like, all of a sudden, like Donald Trump, he left at like 12 o'clock or whatever, and then it's Joe Biden, and then the world's kind of changing. Yes, in a way that's true. The night before he became inaugurated, for example, Joe Biden, he wanted to remember the 400,000 people that have died because of COVID-19. Yes, and Donald Trump, he often didn't talk about the people that died from COVID, right? Yes, so just one person, being in charge of the United States, you can have very different ways of doing things. So Joe Biden, he's changing things, or he's trying to change things that Donald Trump did, and that's sort of just the way it is. Yeah, so one of those things, I think, is about immigrants, right? Yes, so boys and girls, immigrants are people that come to America, and they come from a different country. It's not that I think Joe Biden, he doesn't love illegal immigration or something like that. But Donald Trump was very against immigrants coming to America. Is that true, son? Yes. And so Joe Biden, he's more pro, illegal immigrants, eventually becoming citizens over years and stuff like that. That's right. Something else just to comment about the inauguration, which was last week, and by the way, which went flawlessly. Yes, flawlessly means there were no big problems, right? We were worried about, there being more attacks or something like that. You might remember I was really scared 2 weeks ago. Yes, and how are you doing now, Bram? Oh, I'm doing okay, thank you. So one interesting thing is that people who believe in QAnon, yes, we talked about QAnon sometime before. I don't remember what exactly. Those are the people that believe that Trump is out to kill all the monsters of the world and something like that. Something like that. So many of these followers who believe in conspiracy theories, and we've talked about conspiracy theories before, they actually thought that Joe Biden, he was going to be arrested at Inauguration Day. It's interesting. Yes, so it's a new era. I was happy to see Mike Pence, sitting with former President Bill Clinton, and, he was talking to Kamala Harris and whatnot. I think, it's a new day.
Boosh, douche.
So I love learning about weird things, as you know, Dad, and I learned about the Nebra Sky Disk recently. Oh, yes, the Nebra Sky Disk. That's that disk that the scientists are fighting over. Yes, it's actually true. It's the oldest known, drawing or design or whatever of, the stars in space and whatnot. It's not that big. It's the size of a ruler, right? The diameter of a ruler. It's made of bronze and it has some gold on it. But these two scientists, these German scientists, are, fighting over it. You mean like they're taking out, nunchucks and, getting really angry? No. They're not fighting with nunchucks, but they're writing papers. Oh, I see. Yeah, so their names are Dr. Rupert Gebhardt and Ernst Pernicka. And they're fighting because they don't agree about when this disc was made. Yes, I think Dr. Gebhardt believes it's about 2,600 years old. It was made in the Iron Age, right? Yes, and Dr. Pernicka, or Mr. Pernicka, I don't know if it's Dr. or Mr., he says it's more like 3,600 years old. It's from the Bronze Age. They both claim that they founded it in 1999, by the way, in Germany. Oh, douche. Oh, Bram, what are you doing there? That's a little strange. Oh, I'm talking about the new Purosangue. I don't know if I'm saying it right. The Purosangue car. Oh, he's talking about Ferrari, right? Yes, they have a new SUV that's going to come out next year. That sounds really interesting. Yes, so, some people, they get kind of mad at Ferrari because, like, Ferraris, it's like they're worth more money, Like, normally you buy a car and the second you buy it, it's worth, like, half the price or something. But Ferrari, it's not like that. Yes, and so what's annoying here for the other car companies, I think, is they're getting to the SUV business. SUV! I don't know what that means. Yes, you do, Bram. There's like the kind of like the truck/car that people have. If you have kids, or it's like not a truck, but it's not a car. It's like, let's be cool, get an SUV. Yes, okay. So the Purosangue is what they're bringing into the market. Yes, exactly. Douche. So, this is a little heartwarming story, I don't know about you, but I really like to play a game of High-Lie. Oh, yes, High-Lie. That's right. My dad and I were in Florida recently. We'll tell you a little bit of that at the end, but my dad likes High-Lie a lot for some reason. Yes, so I've got this app, it's called Nextdoor, and I'm trying to find somebody who'll play High-Lie with me here in New Jersey. Yeah, I don't think you're going to find anybody with that. Yes, so this guy named Frank Miller. Frank Miller from Batman? No, not Frank Miller. Frank Miller, he's a 74-year-old man in Dallas, Texas, and basically, because of the pandemic, we're all kind of in our houses, right? And he basically just wanted to find somebody to play a game of catch, and so he used this app called Nextdoor, and he found all these people that just wanted to play catch with him. Oh, that's really cool. Douche. And our final article is all about retrocomputing and how it's really big. Oh, yes. So back in the day, I used to love playing with my Commodore 64, It was really cool. I'd play all these really neat games. Yes, and you had, like, in television and stuff like that, too. You told me that, too. Didn't you love the game Dungeons and Dragons? Yes. Oh, it was so scary. You get, like, a quiver of arrows, and you're, the dragon. Oh, my gosh. Yes. So anyway, the retrocomputing is like when you, like, you buy really old-fashioned computers like Commodore 64, Texas Instruments. You get a book on BASIC and stuff, and you kind of like make a computer happen like the way it used to. Yeah, so a long time ago, for example, boys and girls, when you would record something, like you make an app, which they would call a program back then, you'd have this cassette tape, and it would go, and you actually heard that sound on cassette tape. Isn't that crazy? Yes, that is very, very crazy. And I think, Dad, you are really old, by the way. Douche. Well, we're out of time. I just want to talk a little bit. Last 2 weeks ago, it was kind of it was a special episode. Bram was really upset about the Capitol riots and everything. Yes, so we didn't talk about our trip to Florida. That's right. So we flew all the way to Florida and we went to Gatorama. Oh yes, Gatorama. It was really interesting. They had all kinds of alligators there. So they had this alligator there that was like, I don't know, like 100 years old or something, like super old, big, fat alligator. It was kind of scary. Yes. So, but we'll tell you more about our trip to Florida next time, maybe. So thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Don't forget to check out our videos on YouTube.com and our teacher lesson plans and more on LittleNewsEars.com. May your sweetness shine
And your colors glow. Blah!
Sources for today's broadcast include the New York Times and Reuters.